Hello, wonderful family and friends of our graduates. I'm Rachel and I'm delighted to be your Master of Ceremonies today. We're about to see the official party make their entrance, but before we begin the ceremony, I'd like to share a few important details with you. First off, please take a moment to turn any mobile phones on silent. And for everyone's safety, could you please ensure that children stay with caregivers and that aisles are clear throughout the ceremony. While you do need to stay seated for most of the ceremony, there'll be a few moments where we'll ask you to stand. When our official party enters, during the singing of the national anthem, and when we conclude and the official party exits. In the unlikely event that we need to evacuate, you'll hear an announcement from the stage and our staff will guide you towards the exits. If anyone requires mobility assistance, please feel free to stay seated and our friendly staff will be there to guide you to safety. Once the ceremony wraps up, we would love you to join your graduates for some refreshments in the dining hall, which is just back up the hill from where you have come from. We encourage you to clap and cheer for your graduates, but so that we can run on time today, please do that when their name is called here at the lectern and then get ready to celebrate the following graduate. We're about to get started and we're so excited to have you here celebrating your graduate. I'll be back shortly to welcome the official party. Thank you.
With yawns, dawns, coffees and teas.
From country towns to the coastal breeze.
In halls, in theatres, labs and rooms.
Through silence, chatter and sonic booms.
In bars, in cars and under trees.
On planes, on trains and overseas.
From campus, home or on the road.
Laughter, tears and overload.
Family, friends, teachers, peers.
Minutes, days, months and years.
It's just the start.
You will see.
It all begins
with your degree.
Please stand and welcome our official party. Please be seated. I acknowledge the Wiradjuri people as the traditional custodians of the land on which we are meeting today. I would also like to pay my respects to elders past, present, and extend the respect to celebrate the rich cultural diversity of all First Nations people here today. Please now all rise and join Tyrone Vatabuli in singing the first verse of the national anthem.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free. With gold and soil and wealth for toil, our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing. Advance Australia fair.
Thank you, Tyrone. Please be seated. I now invite the Presiding Officer, Vice-Chancellor Professor Renee Leon, PSM, to deliver the opening address.
Good afternoon. I am delighted to welcome you to the 2026 Charles Sturt University graduation ceremony here at Joyce Hall on our lovely Wagga Wagga campus. I too would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we gather, the Wiradjuri people, and pay my respects to their elders past and present. I'd like to extend a special welcome to some distinguished guests: Professor Wilma Viali, Chair of the Academic Senate, Michelle Beveridge, University Council Member, Professor Nina Mitter, Deputy Vice-Chancellor Research, and Tony Haywood, University Secretary. I would like to thank and acknowledge an important group of people, our donors, people whose contributions make it possible for many of our students to achieve the dream of graduation. And I'd also like to welcome our guest speaker, Anita Geary. And I want to thank each of you for taking the time to attend today's ceremony. I trust you'll be inspired by the journeys and the joy of our graduates. Most importantly, I would like to officially welcome our graduates. We are here today to celebrate you. Today, as you can see, our graduates and academic staff wear ceremonial academic dress, reflecting a custom dating back 8 centuries. Academic dress derives from the traditions of the ancient universities of Europe. At Oxford and Cambridge in England and Bologna in Italy, gowns like this were once worn daily. In modern times, academic dress is reserved for graduations and other ceremonial occasions, but I'm sure you'll agree it adds a welcome sense of grandeur to this wonderful occasion, which I'm sure will be well captured in many memorable and cherished photos today. A huge part of the excitement for graduates is being able to share their accomplishments with those that have loved and supported them through their journey as a student. To modernise John Donne's well-known quote, "No man or woman is an island." There will certainly have been family and friends who offered invaluable support in ways large and small that helped our graduates reach today's milestones, and I trust all those people today can share in the deep sense of accomplishment that our graduates feel. Present today and amongst the almost 2,000 graduates who will cross the stage at our graduation ceremonies over this month and next is a diverse mix of stories. Many sitting here are the first person in their family to attend and graduate from university. Some studied part-time and remotely, balancing work and family commitments to pursue their goals. Many in the room spent time studying with us on campus and have nostalgic memories of their time both in and out of the classroom. But for all of you, at some point, you will have faced personal, professional, or academic challenges, and overcoming those challenges to sit here today is a remarkable achievement. Please take a moment after you have walked across the stage to reflect on the scale of your accomplishment and to dream of the bright and fulfilling future that is now ahead of you. On graduation day, we're not only proud of our students and their loved ones, but also of the important role our university plays. Charles Sturt University is proud to have the highest graduate employment rate among Australia's public universities, and our graduate starting salaries are also among the highest. We are internationally recognised across many disciplines, including health, business, agriculture, environmental science, IT, communications, education, social work, Indigenous Australian studies, the arts, ethics, and philosophy. As Charles Sturt graduates, you are now ready to make your mark in these fields and others. Among other important professions today, you are the teachers, social workers, librarians, and human services experts that Australia, especially regional Australia, so greatly needs. In a rapidly changing and at times volatile world, the skills and knowledge you have gained from your years of study will be more important than ever. Critical thinking, reasoned analysis, sound judgment, and technical expertise will be called upon to meet many new opportunities and to counter new and emerging challenges in your communities across Australia and throughout the world. With the hands-on experiences you have gained during your time at Charles Sturt, you are uniquely placed to go out into the world and forge careers that make a real difference. The Wiradjuri phrase, Yindyamara Winangana, means the wisdom of respectfully knowing how to live well in a world worth living in. This phrase represents who we are at Charles Sturt University, our ethos. As graduates, it now represents an opportunity for you to spread the knowledge you have learned to make the world a better place. You have joined the ranks of over 260,000 Charles Sturt University alumni who are giving back to their communities on a local, national, and global scale. I wish you every success as you continue your professional and personal journeys. And remember, as alumni, you will always be valued members of the Charles Sturt University community. Once again, congratulations on your graduation and best wishes for the future. I have two final duties to perform before this address concludes: to present the 2025 Alumni Award for Professional Excellence and to introduce today's guest speaker. Fortunately, I can do both at the same time as they involve the same extraordinary person, Anita Geary. Anita's career embodies the spirit of compassion, innovation, and unwavering commitment to community well-being. Since graduating from Charles Sturt University with a Bachelor of Social Work in 2020, Anita has quietly but powerfully reshaped the landscape of mental health care across regional Australia. As an accredited mental health social worker and founder of Insight Therapies Counselling and Consultancy in Wodonga, she has built a regionally based practice that now delivers more than 5,800 trauma-informed and neurodivergent affirming therapy sessions every year across northeast Victoria and southern New South Wales. Her work centres those most often excluded from traditional services: children, carers, trauma survivors, and neurodivergent individuals, ensuring they receive the safety, connection, and dignity they deserve. Under Anita's leadership, Insight Therapies has grown into a multidisciplinary team that walks alongside thousands of people who might otherwise have fallen through the gaps. She has implemented innovative group programs to reduce wait times, expanded access to care, and created an internal client support fund providing subsidised therapy for individuals experiencing financial hardship. For many, This support represents their first meaningful opportunity to engage with mental health care. Anita's impact extends far beyond her own practice. She is a national leader in ethical animal-assisted therapy, co-authoring Australia's competency standards and training practitioners across health and community sectors. Anita's commitment to social justice is reflected in her extensive co-design work, including programs supporting women with disabilities affected by violence. Her vision is grounded not in grand gestures, but in countless quiet moments of courage, fairness, and human connection. Anita reminds us that lasting change often begins with the simple act of showing up for people in their hardest moments. Please join me in welcoming Anita Geary, our 2025 Alumni Award recipient for social impact. I would now like to invite Anita to deliver the occasional address. Thank you.
Okay, well, that felt quite overwhelming and like you were speaking about somebody else, if I'm honest. So good afternoon, everybody. So we've got distinguished guests, family, friends, and of course, everybody graduating today. Congratulations. Today is a big day, not just because you've completed your studies, but everything it took to get here today. All the perseverance, the sacrifices, the late nights, and sticking to it has meant that you are finally graduating and moving into the next stage of your life. And what helped you get here matters as well, because it shows the strength and determination that you already have and that will help guide you, and you can draw from that as you move into your professional lives. When I was invited to give this speech, my first thought was that somebody's invited the wrong person. I've been strangely wandering around back in the other room there, a bit confused about how I fit in amongst such amazing people. The feeling of being an imposter is something that's sort of been present in my professional life forever. I don't remember a time when it wasn't. And because of that, I almost said no to today. But instead of staying in the comfort zone, I decided, okay, I'll give it a go. So then I had to figure out what on earth I was going to say, what message I have that's worth sharing in a space like this with so much knowledge and incredible experience. So I decided to start by looking back at CSU's values. Now, one of those values is insight, which I thought, well, that's great, because insight therapies is what I've built. And I built insight therapies based on the achieving of insight comes from a sense of safety, and therefore we can grow. So that led me to reflect a little bit more about what is the key message that I can share from my experiences through my life, my work, and my learning that's going to be helpful. And I kept coming back to this one thing, and it's, if you spend your whole life trying to become what other people expect you to be, then you are never going to become the person you're capable of. So I wanted to share today what I wish I had known when I graduated, but in all honesty, probably what I wish I had known from a much younger age. And that is to trust who you are and believe in the incredible capability that you already hold. As graduates, we often step into professions with a feeling of being somehow less than those around us. We're new, we're finding our feet, and we're surrounded by people who seem so much more certain and sure than we feel ourselves. So we follow. And not because we're incapable, but because we don't yet trust our own skills and knowledge enough to stand up the front. And at times, that's the smart thing to do. It's safe, particularly when we're first graduating. But if you stay there too long, if you don't step beyond that space, you start to lose something really important. You lose the confidence in your own value, and you start to hold back your ideas and quieten your voice. I lived quite a long time like that without really even realising. Growing up, there was a lot of love in my family. There was also a lot of expectation. I learned it was important to be sensible and to follow what you were told. And I spent much of my life focusing on getting it right, in particular for everybody else. Trying to meet all the expectations, follow all the rules, respect your elders, believe in the process. And I forgot to really learn what mattered to me, how to celebrate my strengths and how to advocate for myself. And that carried into my working life as well, where it felt like everybody knew more than me and everybody was telling me what I should do and that I felt like I needed to listen to them because they must know more. So what roles I should apply for, what skills I should learn, what training I should take, what groups I should join, who I should gravitate towards and who I should stay away from, all just to be good enough to progress into rooms where decisions were made and my voice could finally have a place. And I unquestioningly took their advice and tried to do everything and be everything that I felt I was supposed to be. And my story's not unique. We all encounter people who believe they know what's best for us, who tell us what we should be, but not everyone offering advice is someone you should be taking direction from. I waited for the day I could finally be enough. As it turns out, if you just wait for that feeling, it never comes. Instead, what happens is you start to shrink to fit the expectations instead of expanding into what's actually possible. When I look back now, I can see how many years I sat in that space of being small, and it was much longer than I would like to admit. But when I also look back, I see that over time, I began to shift the way I assessed my own value and my professional capability. I started to notice how my work was positively influencing the lives of those I worked with instead of focusing on the approval that I was or was not getting from those around me. I stopped taking the path others often identified as sensible and started making choices that allowed me to grow and to feel valued. I walked away from perfectly stable and sensible roles, and that was scary, but I knew if I wanted to grow and if I wanted to have access to new opportunities, I had to do it somewhere different. And taking that chance started a cascade effect. I was lucky enough to become part of an amazing team, somewhere where there was opportunities to grow my skills and people who encouraged me to challenge my thinking. I started to shift my focus from what I couldn't do to the positive impact that I was having with those around me. I learned to celebrate the role I was able to play in the growth and healing of families and communities that I worked alongside. And I built collaborative professional relationships where I was encouraged to contribute to important conversations, even if it felt really uncomfortable. All of those expectations have made me the social worker I am today and helped me see what really matters. It isn't the promotions or the approval of others. It's the value you add to your teams and the impact you have in the communities that you seek to support. All of this helped me feel confident enough to take another chance in 2021 when I opened Insight Therapies. More than one person told me I was crazy, and it was literally a couple of months before COVID hit. I had no idea how to run a business, and there was no guarantee it was going to work. But I needed to trust that what I had to offer held value to those who needed it, and I had to believe in me. It would have been easy to fall into old habits and play it safe, particularly when COVID did hit, to do the practical thing that I'd been raised to do. But here I am, 6 years later. I have a successful multidisciplinary allied health practice, contributing to my profession nationally. I've had opportunities to present at conferences, been invited to participate in steering committees for the development of new initiatives, co-authored the minimum standards, all the things that you've just heard before. And none of that would have come if I stayed where I was and if I continued to listen and take lead from other people. I certainly was not the most qualified person in the room, and I still am not. But it came from deciding that I was worthy to belong there. From recognising that my learning and my experience and my perspective had value, which meant I stopped waiting for permission to contribute, and I stepped into something that now I love and adore and sets my soul on fire. Most of you won't want to start a business. It's probably a good idea, but you will be faced with people who set limits. And you will find yourself in key moments that push you to ask, do you trust yourself enough to step forward into the arenas that you're passionate about, or will you wait until you're invited? So if I leave you with anything today, I would like it to be this. Don't wait for an invitation to shine. You don't have to follow the path that's laid out in front of you. It is so much more rewarding to create one that is uniquely and completely yours. Have the courage to take the chances that matter, to step into the opportunities that feel a bit bigger than you, and to trust yourself even when you don't have it all figured out. Don't let anyone tell you you're not good enough, and be intentional about who you allow to shape your thinking. Seek out mentors who challenge you to think more deeply, to grow with integrity, and who help you become more of yourself, not just a copy of them. And finally, don't build your life around what's expected of you. Build it around what matters to you. Congratulations, everyone. This isn't just the end of your studies. It's the beginning of an incredible life where you get to choose what's next.
Thank you, Anita. I now invite Professor Andrew Hope to present the graduates from the Faculty of Arts and Education to the Presiding Officer, Vice-Chancellor, Professor Renee Leon, PSM.
Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Doctor of Social Work, Susan Elizabeth Penn-Churell, whose thesis title was Social Work and the Far Right, Why It Matters to the Safety of Women, Perspectives from Australia and the United States of America. Vice-Chancellor, I present Dr. Susan Elizabeth Penn-Churell. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Doctor of Philosophy, Jacqueline Lee McNamara, whose thesis title was A Feminist Approach for Exploring and Transforming the Professional Identity of Women Social Workers in Australia. Vice-Chancellor, I present Dr. Jacqueline Lee McNamara. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Master of Ageing and Health, Lynette Francis Pearce. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Master of Arts, Theological Studies, Lucy Jane Neist Earle. Ashley John Smith. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Master of Education, Melanie Louise Hale. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Master of Education Teacher Librarianship. With distinction, Belinda Elise Clark. With distinction, Rebecca Jacqueline Claire Favalora. With distinction, Caroline Sarah Gordon-Johnson. With distinction, Aaron Colin Partridge. Tanya Alderton. Raylin Ann Carter. Catherine Amber Hicks. Amy Grace Hiscox. Christopher Frank Linton. Kathleen Sally Power. Sarah Marie Vasolo. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Master of Information Studies, Cassidy Ellen Valentine Buossi. Claire Imogen Garrett. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Master of Ministry, Danielle Hines. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Master of Social Work Professional Qualifying with Postgraduate University Medal Nilakshi Anishka Klunig. With distinction, Samantha Kate Cleland. With distinction, Ashley Ford. With distinction, Joanne Michelle Newell. With distinction, Sally Smith. Rosalind Camilleri. Ariane Elise Formosa. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Master of Teaching Primary, Jade Ann Sienkiewicz. Rebecca Kate Wunduk. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Master of Teaching Secondary, Marley Flynn. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Master of Theology, Seini Lasane Topluke Tafa. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Bachelor of Adult and Vocational Education, David William Bayer. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Arts, Amy Cullen. Chloe Ferguson. Edward James Pratt. Stevie Monique Walsh. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Bachelor of Creative Industry with distinction, Kushia Snell. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Education, Birth to 5 Years, Jane Marie Klimsch. Miek McDermott. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Education, Early Childhood and Primary, with distinction, Chelsea Hagar. Annalise Barlow. Marnie Holt. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Education K to 12, Jessica Claire Brasnett. Georgia Brenner. Georgina Mary Haggerton. Sophie May Humphreys. Rebecca Lynch. Sky Libby Pennington. Olivia Rose Rawson. Lucy Redden. Caitlin Tink. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Bachelor of Education, Technology and Applied Studies, Grace Tooth. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Educational Studies with distinction, Saina Nisha Sheikh. Megan Sarah Johnston. Rebecca White. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Human Services, Julie Agnesi Andiazar. Mohammed Lamin Sissoko. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Bachelor of Information Studies, Tiana Angela Brooks. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Social Work, Emily May Dean. Melissa Green. Xander Glenn Harrison. Zoe Adele Seymour. Shani Louise Wall. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Bachelor of Teaching Primary, Jessica Emma Earsman. Eliza Kerr. Belinda Lee MacDonald. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Bachelor of Theology with distinction, Michaela Emily Antil Cassie. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduates in the Master of Education, Joanna Lindy Rowcliffe. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Bachelor of Education, birth to 5 years, Hayley Therese Dryman. Vice-Chancellor, I present the graduate in the Bachelor of Human Services, Tutu Bayo. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of the Faculty of Arts and Education graduates.
I now call upon Anishka Cluning to deliver the response by the graduate's representative.
Good afternoon, Presiding Officer, our guest speaker, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, and our family and friends. I'm incredibly proud to be here today celebrating this important milestone. It is a great honour and privilege to have been asked to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of all graduates and to acknowledge the many people who have supported us along the way and helped make this celebration possible. Firstly, congratulations to my fellow graduates on this momentous achievement. Reaching this milestone has not always been easy. Many of us balance study alongside work, family responsibilities, and everything else that life decided to throw our way. There were long nights and moments when we wondered how everything suddenly became due in the same week. Being a student is no easy feat, but the fact that we made it here today is a testament to our perseverance, resilience, and commitment to achieving our goals. Today, these achievements are recognized as we celebrate this significant milestone in our lives. On behalf of all graduates, I would like to thank our family and friends for your encouragement, patience, and belief in us throughout this journey. Your support helped us navigate the challenges, stay motivated, and continue moving forward. We are truly grateful for your understanding and for standing beside us every step of the way. On a personal note, I would like to thank my mum, Ayanthi, my dad, Anil, for your endless support and encouragement. To my husband, Shane, and my son, Logan, thank you for your patience, for picking up the slack at home, and for understanding when I just need one more minute for this assignment usually meant a few more hours. To my friends and family, thank you for your constant support in helping me achieve my dream of becoming a social worker. I would not be here without you. I would also like to thank our professors, lecturers, and all the staff who have supported us in reaching this important day. We sincerely appreciate your guidance, encouragement, and commitment to our learning. You challenged us to think critically, broaden our perspectives, and supported us to grow both academically and personally. As we leave here today, we carry more than knowledge and qualifications. We carry the experience that shaped us, the challenges that strengthened us, and the values that will guide us forward. To CSU and the graduation team, thank you for organizing today's ceremony and allowing us to celebrate this special occasion with our families and friends. Your efforts have made today both memorable and meaningful. Lastly, I would like to thank our special guest speaker, Anita Geary. Your words today were inspiring and encouraging as we prepare to move forward into the next chapter of our journeys. May I now ask all graduates to please join me in showing our appreciation. On behalf of all graduates and as a token of our appreciation, I would now like to present Anita Geary with this gift. Thank you.
Thank you, Anishka. I now invite the Presiding Officer, Vice-Chancellor, Professor Renee Leon, PSM, to deliver the charge to graduates.
Will all graduates please stand? I entrust you as newly conferred graduates of Charles Sturt University to use the knowledge and skills you have acquired to respectfully live well in a world worth living in, to work collaboratively with others for the benefit of your profession and community, to develop and spread wisdom to live and work in a sustainable world, and to remain connected to the university and your fellow graduates through our Charles Sturt University alumni community. Please, everyone, now give our new graduates a huge round of applause. Thank you, graduates. You may now be seated.
Thank you. That now concludes our ceremony. I would like to thank all of you for being a part of our celebration today and invite you to join us and your graduates for refreshments. Please stand while the official party leaves the stage. Our graduates will follow the official party.